Canada's national airline, Air Canada, issued a statement to the Canadian Union of Public Employees, CUPE, on August 13, 2025, announcing it will wind down most flights over the next 72 hours after CUPE announced its intention to strike. The first flights will be canceled on August 14th, with subsequent cancellations on August 15th, and Air Canada and Air Canada Rouge will complete the suspension of flights by August 16th, the airline statement read. The airline stated that this was the best way to minimize disruptions for customers after failing to reach a temporary agreement with the union representing its 10,000 flight attendants. On August 11, 2025, Air Canada flight attendants staged a protest outside Terminal 1 of Toronto Pearson Airport, calling for fair wages and an end to unpaid work. The demonstration, captured on video by Reality Docu, showed attendants holding signs reading "Poverty wages equals un-Canadian" and "Unfair Canada" as they lined up outside the departures area.
So the compensation that they offered was minutes that were not the full amount of time that we actually are doing this groundwork that they say, and it was compensated at 50%. If I could just take the lowest, one of the lowest rates that we are paid, it's about $30 an hour, it would still be under minimum wage. How can we accept that? We're in Canada. The federal minimum wage is $17.75.
Mark Nauser, Chief Operations Officer at Air Canada, said the complexity of the airline's network, with over 250 aircraft operating flights to more than 65 countries, requires it to start winding down service before a complete halt on Saturday, August 16, 2025. Restarting operations will take a full week to complete.
But importantly, it will also help facilitate an orderly restart, which, under the best circumstances, will take a full week to complete. We have also implemented a goodwill policy, which allows customers to change their travel plans without a fee if they choose to do so.
Ariel Melol-Vexler, Chief Human Resources Officer at Air Canada, said on August 14, 2025, that the airline is available to bargain at any time on the condition that the negotiation has substance.
Abrupt work stoppages at airlines create chaos for travelers. We have all seen pictures of people sleeping at airports, stranded far from home, and uncertain of their travel. This will also impact our cargo operations and have consequences on the supply chain.
We want a contract. We don't want to go on strike. We don't want our passengers to be suffering. This is not something that we want. We love our passengers. It's our livelihood. We don't want to be out of a paycheck. We want to get back to the table and discuss.
Air Canada warned that many customers could be stranded during the strike. Air Canada serves approximately 130,000 passengers daily, including 25,000 Canadian citizens returning from abroad. Passengers on canceled flights will receive full refunds if they cannot take alternative flights arranged by Air Canada with other carriers. Air Canada stated that flights operated by Jazz and PAL, two regional affiliate airlines, will operate normally during the strike, but these carriers only account for about 20% of Air Canada's total operational capacity. CUPE announced it would begin the strike on August 16th. It is not yet clear how long the strike will last. Air Canada does not operate domestic routes within the U.S., but is a major carrier for international connecting flights, serving as a critical bridge between the two countries. U.S. passengers planning to travel to Canada or connect through the country en route to Europe, Asia, and other destinations are advised to closely monitor announcements from the airline. 2 days before the potential work stoppage, Air Canada passengers expressed concerns to Reuters about missing vacations and being stranded abroad, and many also voiced support for the flight attendants. Passengers at Toronto Pearson International Airport expressed concern over canceled flights and support for the workers' demands.
Our flight was for Sunday, but we had to anticipate the flight to avoid the probable strike. So it's not comfortable, but I think that from what I read about this strike, it's a very fair demand they are doing. Like, they have to be paid.
If they cancel the flight, I mean, I have no choice, I just wait and put my complaint.
But if the return flight is cancelled, then definitely, something needs to be arranged immediately to come back, because once all the things are done, then either the Air Canada has to provide another flight, or the office has to see what needs to be done, because nobody can really stay more than the stipulated period. I think it really affects everything.
This dispute reflects a growing trend in North America, where flight attendants are pushing for pay covering all hours worked, including boarding and waiting periods, following similar gains by U.S. carriers. The looming strike during the peak travel season has led Air Canada to seek government intervention for binding arbitration, which the union opposes, putting pressure on the Canadian government under Prime Minister Mark Carney.